All right, what's going on, everybody? This is your scholarship webinar here. We're going to go ahead and announce the winner of the scholarship. We got a lot of entries, a lot of cool stories from a lot of you guys. But as you know, there's only one winner here, and we're going to go ahead and announce the winner of the scholarship. Second thing we're going to do is give a quick preview of the master course, okay? And this is your Sang Lucci Master Course, which we are going to teach you about basically tape reading, just top-down analysis here, how to use the flow here to trade, and you're going to get access to a lot of live videos, live classes as well, 12 sessions to be exact. For the actual education, you're going to get an interview series, some live tape reading sessions as well, and then you're going to get a lot of a back catalog here of a lot of educational videos that we have, especially for you guys. All right, so we're going to intro a little bit of that course. And then we're going to take apart a trade. We're going to take apart a nice trade here that's happened past couple of weeks, and we're going to show you basically what the course is geared to teach you and to to guide you on your path here of figuring out how to trade the market. So I think the first thing we'll start with is the trade here. So we'll get right into sort of a big trade that happened last week. Tie in some of the lessons that you would have learned or you will be learning during the master course, and also the flow here as well, which is what we currently provide through a subscription, and we call it a steam room here. And basically this is access to order flow here, a lot of options order flow that can help you find the right names to trade, and more importantly when to trade them. And again, the master course is tying in the tape reading and market structure, understanding the market dynamics. And that's basically where it's at. So let's break down a trade here, and we got Daniel here saying this seems so confusing. And again, we are hoping here to to give you guys a better understanding of how we go about and find these names and how we go about and trade these names. Okay, one thing here to preface this: this recording will be, this webinar will be recorded. It'll be posted up on YouTube, so you guys will be able to get access to this. Just check your Twitter feeds. Hold for your questions here towards the end of the session, and again, towards the end of the session is when I'll announce the winner for the scholarship here. But let's go ahead and break down a trade. Okay, so I know most of you guys, or you should be watching this Baba. Okay, and we've been watching this Baba for quite a long time, and in conjunction with Amazon and in conjunction with a lot of the money going into the tech space. And specifically, we were looking for this sort of consolidation breakout on Alibaba, which took place at around 155, 160, and then it just kind of reported earnings. Okay, so let's take a look at when the stock actually reported earnings. Okay, so we're going to go back, a bit here on a month, and you can see she reported earnings right around 160, which is the break point that we wanted to buy, and then the stock ripped up to about 170 and change. Now, the reaction after is what clued us into, to a real big trade on this particular stock. Okay, during this time, what happened? Okay, during this time, what happened? Let's take a look at the last 10 days here on the Baba. Remember, this was 8/17 when she reported earnings. So our plan here was to take a long trade on Baba. The question was when to really do it. And during this time, and remember, this is about 8/18, during this time, the market absolutely shit the bed, okay? And we look really, really weak. Most of the high flyers here started coming down. So if you take a look at Amazon, if you take a look at Priceline, most of these names have been pretty weak. Priceline here as well. And Baba, however, along with Baidu, if you take a look at the Baidu after it reported earnings, here is the earnings date. Let's take a look at 1 month here on Baidu. This is when she reported earnings. And now, and as you can see, this stock has traded relatively well versus the market here, okay? And that was our one indication. And during the master course, what you're going to understand are the market dynamics. If you have an index, an S&P index or Q index that is selling off aggressively, and your stock is trading relatively well, if the market all of a sudden starts to bounce back, those are the names that you really want to aggressively start to play. So if you notice the indexes here, we kind of sold off aggressively. This was on around 817, 818, and then we started to come back. Last couple of days here, we've started to come back. And for BABA, what that did was that gave us a range to play. And then that gave us a framework to base a trade off of, 166, 168, and then playing for these 170 weeklies here for this week were pretty aggressive. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these 170 weeklies. That again, these were for this week, or again, you could pick any other week. This is another thing that we teach during the master course, which expirations to choose, which strike prices to choose if you're trading options here versus stock. So if you take a look at the BABA here for the last 10 days, this gave a huge buying opportunity once the stock broke out over its previous high that it hit off of earnings, which was around 170. Okay, now on top of that, if we take a look at what the flow looked like during this time, all right, and let's take a look at what BABA was during this time. And remember, we're talking about 818, okay? On 818, what happened? Look at all this money that came into BABA, okay? And again, this is what you're going to get access to as well once you join the Sang Lucci crew. 165 weeklies for this particular week. We're talking about August 25th right here. They were buying on the 18th. On the 18th, okay? And now you already saw that 170 call. These options exploded, absolutely exploded. They also bought September 165s, almost $1 million bucks, and then you got somebody out here for January buying 195s. Now today, I come back, we see a buyer buying 200 for October, okay? We see a buyer for 170 for September, and look at all the dips in BABA. If you look at this on just a daily activity. Take a look at the daily activity. All these dips get bought up aggressively here on BABA, okay? So what the master course as well as the flow is going to teach you is, number one, how to read the tape, how to read the sentiment of a stock, okay? If there's more supply or more demand at a particular moment, if there's always buyers on dips, what is the character of your stock? And it's going to teach you how to put all of this stuff together to use the flow to find what to trade, and then to use the tape to find when to trade, and then also which strikes do you want to go for, which expirations do you want to go for, good entry points, good exit points. This is what we intend to teach you through this master course. So again, BABA here, you're talking about 100%, 200% upside, and I don't even think this move is done. Folks that are in the September options here for BABA, November options, October options, these guys are going to do pretty well, I believe. I'm into selling options these days, but we also teach you how to write options in the master course as well. Okay, so that's one quick and dirty example here of what you will get, when you sign up for the master course. Lou is saying no video, folks. Let me just go ahead and see, guys. You guys are seeing my screen, yes? I mean, some of you guys might not be able to because your setup is pretty booty. Booty means shit, so you guys got to upgrade your systems. You know what I mean? We're into trading Bitcoin and crypto here. You got to get NVIDIA stuff. You know what I mean? You got to upgrade your shit. All right. Moving on. Now we're going to go ahead and just give you a quick preview of this course. Okay. So you guys can go ahead and I'll send you a link here. You go to sanglucci.com /MC. Okay. And I'll drop a link here for you guys as well. All right, and these are the major points here that you're going to get out of the course. Again, we're doing live tape reading sessions. You also get interviews with some of my favorite traders as well, and of course 12 classes for about 2-3 hours a night. And this is all the stuff that you will learn. Okay, so professional equities and options trading. Again, how to price an option. A lot of people are uncomfortable paying, you know, expensive prices for those options. I mean, we were looking at a BABA option that costs $2 or $3. You know, I will explain why these things are worth what they are, why they could go higher, why they could go lower, things like time decay, things like expiration. You know, how long do you have left till expiration, what that does to your option on a daily basis, flow trading. So this is, again, the activity that happens in the steam room every single day. How do we trade this? How do we look at this for information? How do we use this to create a sentiment here in the market? And how do we trade off of it? Okay, and then tape reading. This is the most important part. This is by far, this is the most important part here, okay? And the reason why is literally the market moves on supply and demand, okay? And it moves because at that current moment, or at that you know, that current time frame, there are more buyers than sellers, or there are more sellers than buyers. And it depends on how aggressive these guys are when they're playing the market. If somebody has to buy an aggressive order of 100,000 shares or 200,000 shares, you can see that on the tape. And that's what I'm going to train you to go ahead and look for when you're watching the markets on a daily basis, okay? And then the last portion of the course is going to be a lot based on trading psychology. This is, you know, this is the meat of it here, more or less. I mean, you can learn all this stuff and still lose money because of your psyche, because of the way that you go about the market. So this is a very important point to hammer home, just to make sure you have the right type of mentality going into this stuff, okay? And then we're going to give you a bonus here, my option writing strategy, my personal writing strategy, where I literally just shave out of the money options every single week. So if you take a look at this BABA, I'll even give you a preview right now. I'm selling the living shit out of every put option that I can get my hands on for BABA. The reason why is I know it's so strong. I can feel that it's so strong in the tape, all the buyers that come into it. So all of this premium here I can shave. I can easily shave. Okay, so next week, for example, you know, I can take a 165 put option here, and I can shave the crap out of it, right? I'm getting 40 cents for this option. Assuming the strength here holds up in the BABA, which it most likely will, I'm getting 40 cents for every contract that I sell on this option, okay? So it's combining tape reading with a writing strategy, which is much safer, okay, and less riskier than going long a call and long a put, okay? And again, if this is confusing to you, don't worry about it. This is all stuff that gets explained in detail during the master course, okay? So for BABA here, for example, me and my personal trading, I'm selling every single put option I can get my hands on every single dip. These dips cause an increase in the put option prices, and I'm selling the living shit out of these things. You know, for pennies, for nickels, for dimes, for 20 cents, for 30 cents, for 40 cents, and I can collect, you know, and I'm trying to collect up to $5 in premium, up to $6 in premium per contract over the course of the next couple of weeks, okay? So that is what you are going to get in the master course. And again, you can check out all the details here. And then also your back end, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have a free month into the steam room, and you're going to access all the videos here right here through your master course login. Okay, so any single video or anything that we do is just going to get pushed right into the steam room here, where you guys can get access to it. Okay. All right. So why don't we get to the juice of it? Let's talk about the winner here. The winner here, and I don't know if the winner is actually in the room right now. How many of you guys actually applied? How many of you guys actually applied? Who applied here? How many of you guys actually applied? We cut it off. We cut it off. We were getting so many, and we kind of just cut it. We cut it off, and I think we had like maybe 60. I think we had maybe like 60 here. I know there's a lot of you guys in here right now. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it was a tough decision. Very tough decision. We'll be following up with a number of you that came very close to winning, okay? So we can't give everyone a scholarship, unfortunately. A few of you will be getting something. Like a lot of stuff that you guys were writing, you know, it definitely moved us. You know, we definitely want to help you guys out as far as your trading if you are trying to understand the market and you do want to put that effort in. You know, a lot of you guys share really personal details about your stories and struggles. We appreciate that honesty and authenticity. I mean, that's what we're all about here. I mean, this is our sort of brand, you know. Sang Lucci has always been the honest, no bullshit sort of approach. And again, most of it is honesty with yourself, you know, all of your pitfalls, the things that you're good at, and all of that. So we saw a lot of you guys coming out with it. But again, the winner, there's only one. The winner of the Sang Lucci Master Course Scholarship his name is Michael Moretti. His name is Michael Moretti, and he is the one that we went with for this particular scholarship. Okay. Now, again, we're going to reach out to a bunch of you guys separately, because we do appreciate some of the entrants and some of the stories that you share with us as well. So we will be reaching out to you guys too. Any questions? Start throwing out some questions here. Again, that master course here, some of the highlights to the actual course here. We're going to teach you how to anticipate moves instead of reacting to them. You know, that's one big thing that I find a lot of traders, kind of having issues with. And if we could give an example here on that Baba, you know, a lot of these guys are late to the party. You know, a lot of folks here are late to the party. And that causes, especially if you're trading options, that causes poor entry prices and really poor and even more, and even worse exit prices as well. Okay, you'll actually understand why things are happening. Okay, why does a Baba move up 3 points or down 3 points? Why are these things happening? And then you can form drastically more informed views on sentiment and how to position yourself, okay? And then on top of that, we're going to go through several different trading strategies, equities and options, virtually any type of market environment, options, writing strategies as well. And then we'll even go into crypto, okay? So we'll even go into crypto as well, and then psychology is going to be a big part of it. You know, analyzing your strengths, your weaknesses, customizing your trading accordingly, and getting out of your own way. Okay, and which is going to be the most difficult part for a lot of you guys. But that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to teach you how this shit works, and then teach you what's going to be required of you as far as a mental process in order to come in here and look for moves like this on a daily basis. You're not going to find this every single day. You're not going to find this every single day. Are you patient enough to wait around for these things? You know, what are you doing during the downtime when there's nothing to do? Are you forcing trades? You know, there's so many things that could happen on a psychological level that could hinder you from, from a trading career, from a successful trading career. All right. So again, we want to give a lot of props here to Michael Moretti. Congratulations, bro. I don't think he's in here right now, but we will go ahead and reach out to him. And again, for a lot of you other guys, wait for our emails. We're going to reach out to a lot of you folks. C Keys is saying, please email me more info on the scholarship program. Got to hit the road. No doubt. I will go ahead and do that. And again, we will reach out to a lot of you guys just to talk to you and see if there's any other way, too, that we can help you out as far as the trading is concerned. Any questions? Any questions whatsoever? Anybody? I think C Keys is saying, what do you think of the close today, ES? I think ES is just in a crazy trade, a crazy range right now. So if you ask me what I think right now, it's a 50-50 shot. But you know, there's still plenty of bullishness out here and still plenty of buying. I mean, number one, obviously the Alibabas of the world and the Baidus and all this kind of stuff. But most names are pretty much holding. There was a good rotation to banks today. It didn't hold up that well. So, we'll see. Daniel was saying, school me. I'm trying to trade just like Lucci. No doubt. Take the course. Take the course. All right. So, again, you guys have the link to the course. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in there for you, too. If you have any questions on the course, how it's going to be structured, when it starts, anything whatsoever, let us know. Jason is saying, I want in for sure on the special, no doubt. We're going to give, we're going to have some of these, we're going to have some of the promos coming out, and some of you guys, too, will get lucky enough because, again, we loved your entry so much for the scholarship that we do want to hook some of you guys up. So wait for that email. we will be reaching out to you. Jason is saying he's on a golf cart. Attaboy, man. On a webinar on a freaking golf cart. Do you have a joint in your other hand? That's my question. All right. Any other questions? It's looking like Amazon deal for Whole Foods cleared by the FTC. Oh boy. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, again, take your time, go through this page. Again, sanglucci.com/MC. That'll get you right to all the details that you need. Big shout out to Michael Moretti. If there's no more questions, I will go ahead and leave you guys with that. Remember, we will have this recording up for you guys so you can watch it at your leisure as well. Giovanni is saying, does the MC come with Wise Guys Revealed? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to get that as well. Absolutely. So you get that as well, and you get 1 month free of the Steam Room. Okay? And this is, by the way, most of the value here, you know, you're going to get through here. Okay? You really are going to get through here. Okay, and what I'm, you know, basically you're going to sit in a room of all of us, okay, and there's a good bunch of solid traders in here, and they all have different strategies too, by the way. Some of them write options, some of them trade futures, some of them, you know, strictly trade options, some of them trade equities, you know, while the rest of us trade these options, okay. So there's so many different strategies in here, but we all use the feed to give us one of the most important gauges that we, you know, that we need. It's sentiment. You know, are we freaking bullish, bearish, or are we doing nothing? We need to know, you know, the character of the market, what names to trade, what names to avoid. You know, and this is stuff that we can easily find through activity through the options space. So we'll show you how to trade. You know, we'll show you what names to trade and when to trade them, and you'll really pick up the nitty-gritty details inside the chat room. Chris is saying, is there a promo for this master course? 2K is high. Bro, 2K is low, okay? 2K is low. This Baba alone, bro, that would have made you your 2K. You know what I mean? That shit is low. So you're getting this for clean here. You know what I mean? So indeed. And you know, you might even find, I've seen courses for 10 grand or 15 grand on Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade, and these guys don't teach you shit. It's like taking a finance class in college. It's like taking an investments class in college. Asher is saying, what do you guys got going on for futures? I personally, in this particular course, there's not going to be much attention on futures. So if you're a strictly futures guy, I would not recommend this particular course. Most of this is going to be options based, equities based, understanding why options are priced the way they are, and all that kind of stuff. Asher, the room, there's a good 10 to 15 traders in here that just trade futures. They trade ES, they trade oil, they trade, you know, they trade all this other nonsense. They trade silver, they trade gold, you know. And again, they use the flow here for the sentiment piece, okay? But I will say, though, Asher, too, is that most of the futures traders in here are like ES traders. They are main, you know, index sort of traders, okay? So they're not out there trading coffee and friggin', you know, and pork bellies and shit, you know what I mean? So if you're looking for all that, you know, I'm not ashamed to say this is not the place for you. All right, Bitcoin traders as well. You know, we'll have these guys here too. However, again, this room is mostly based on options on most of the liquid names out here, which move really great. And again, I mean, we already showed you the BABA there, for example. By the way, the indexes here are kind of interesting here after hours too. I don't know what's going on, but looks like we're still selling off a little bit after hours. Nothing much. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, the BABA here, great example here of a trade that is still producing gains here as we speak. Okay. All right. So, any other questions? Any other questions at all? Alan is saying, do you ever use limit buy stops to enter in options positions? It depends. It depends. I'm usually not, you know, I'm usually not that kind of person. I mean, depends if I'm writing options, all right, and I'm stopping out. You know, I'm using limit orders after a stop just to make sure I don't get freaking cleaned out on slippage when I'm trying to exit a position. You know, if you're talking about limit buy stops to enter, and you're saying, Alan, or always regular limit, which requires to fall down, yeah, the price to fall down. You know, I'll use limits with options all the time, but that means I'm all over the book. You know what I mean? So, you know, so let's take a level 2 of this particular option. You know, so if I'm trading this option right here and I'm trying to buy this option, you know, I'll look at the market maker spread, and again, this is what the master course will teach you. We'll teach you how to break down a level 2. We'll teach you all about these exchanges. We'll teach you why the market maker spreads are the way they are, why they widen, why they tighten up. All that stuff is included in the master course, okay? But to give you an example here, I'm all over the book. If I want to buy something, if I want to buy this 175 call, for example, you know, I'll buy some on the offer just to see how the market maker reacts. I'm playing games with him, and then I'll see where he moves his bid. I'll see where he moves the offer, and then I'll start limiting. I'll start limiting in between. I'll start limiting on the bid. I'll start limiting under just to collect that position. A lot of traders don't understand how to do that because they're just coming into the game. So if they got a 5-contract max, they'll just buy 5 contracts at $2 and be like, all right, this shit has to go higher. I don't play that game, and neither should you. You always have to gauge through the tape, is the market going to go higher immediately from here? If so, I got to get aggressive on this option, or is it just choppy and chances are I can get a cheaper price? Most of the time, guys, I would say 90% of the time, guys, you buy an option, you can get it for cheaper. All right? Can I get an amen? You can get it for freaking cheaper if you just wait. If you just freaking wait. All right, but most people ain't gonna wait. You don't have the patience. Nobody has the patience. It's like, okay, I got this money. I gotta put it to work. So let me buy this shit and not even think about what I'm doing. All right. Alan is saying nobody puts in work for us out here like you do. Ari made me a better trader, no doubt. Asher is saying, can you go through the Wise Guy alert screen, like column by column, and what those icons mean? Okay, and again, this is all stuff that is going to be taught to you when you guys get into the program, okay? Each column, this is the time that the alert went out. This is the ticker. This is the stock. And this is the option expiration that this guy bought, okay? These are all bets. These are all bets. Look at this guy, a $1.1 million bet on JP Morgan for March of next year, okay? That's the expiration. This is your strike price, the $90 strike price, and reference price is where the stock was right now when that order went off, okay? This shows if it's a sweep order, if it's a split order, if it's a block order. Again, those are things that will be explained to you, you know, during the course. This is the total dollar amount of the order that was placed, long call or a long put, okay? So that's what's going on in each one of these, you know, and in each one of these alerts. Now, we go ahead and take a look at this and say to ourselves, all right, this guy's going out all the way to March, okay? Crazy time. He's going for in the money strike on JP Morgan for $1 million. I don't essentially know what he's going after, you know. So I would go ahead and pull up the stock, take a look at what it looks like, take a look at what the other banks are doing, and then try to make an assessment here. You're not always going to know you know, what the intent behind these orders are. Some of them are going to be more aggressive than others. Some of them are going to be swing trades. Some of them are going to be day trades. You want to know what one of the best day trades I've had recently? It was last week on this Tesla. Some freaking dude comes in and buys a freaking weekly option the day of expiration, or maybe it was like 2 days left to expiration, and the thing had just bounced. It was right here. It was like 335 or something like that. I don't know. It was somewhere down here, or maybe it was here. And this guy bought maybe $100,000 on a weekly option, and the thing was worth shit. And I was like, what is this dude doing? And sure enough, a squeeze happened in Tesla, and that option doubled, tripled in price. It was an absolutely ridiculous trade. So oftentimes we'll get to see, you know what else I saw? And actually you guys can see it too. Look at this. All right, I'll leave you with this crazy asshole. Look at this guy. This was yesterday, okay? This guy buys an NVIDIA 167.5 call, okay, for 78 G's, all right? This is a weekly option. And this was yesterday. This was on a Monday, okay? And the stock was trading at 162, all right? I looked at that order and I was like, this guy's an idiot. What the hell is this guy doing? And look at NVIDIA today, okay? And you want to take a look at that option? Let's take a look at that option, all right? Let's see what this crazy bastard did, all right? And we'll even be able to see where he bought the contracts. Okay, remember, it was yesterday, so we're talking about a Tuesday, all right? So Tuesday here, Tuesday here, this was the guy right here. This is the dude right here at $2, right? So he's buying 190, he's buying 190 and change. I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? Because that's pretty far out of the money. And lo and behold, this guy doubles his money. This guy doubles his money. Who knows if he's out already, but that's a great trade, okay? And again, these will pinpoint you to things that maybe you aren't looking for, all right? Maybe you ain't looking for. I wasn't looking for this shit. I was like, no way is this NVIDIA going at 167. I didn't even take that trade. I looked at it, I was like, this guy is insane. And lo and behold, what do we do? What do we do? This NVIDIA charges to 166, and this guy doubles his money, all right? Now, he gapped down, he was down 50% on his trade, okay? You could have got it for cheaper, all right? So the question is, yeah, fine, you see some trade come off, but how the fuck do you trade it? How do you trade this? How do you trade this? Do you know how to trade it? So it's not only do you have to find the right entries here, this will clue you into the ideas, but you still got to know how to trade it, all right? And that's what the Master Course is for, all right? That was a good trade. I don't know why. I looked at it at 163. I looked at the stock at 163, and I was like, oh shit. And I thought about this guy, and I had other stuff to do today or whatever, so I wasn't paying attention. I looked back and I saw it at 165. I was like, that dude. So again, all right, you know, these guys take bets. And, you know, a lot of the times there's equity positions behind them, all right? So a lot of the time, these guys are big players, you know? This guy might have had a stock position, and, you know, he knew he was going to come in and buy 500,000 shares of NVIDIA. Who knows? Who knows, okay? But the point is, this guy made a lotto bet, which to me is 6 points out on NVIDIA for a weekly option. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, all right? Asher was saying, I guess I need to take the Master Course to determine which block trade to actually take a bet on. You know, again, you'll get used to that. And it all depends on what your style is. And that's another thing that we'll do, okay? I will help you find what your style is. My style of trading may not work for you. Chances are it won't work for you, all right? You have to find what works for you and what for your personality, for your mental, you know, state, wherever you're in, whatever you expect from the market. You know, that's what you got to learn, and I'll help you find that. I'm not going to push what I do on you. I am just going to teach you what I know and how this market works, so that you can understand where you live in this market and what you need to do on a daily basis. Maybe your thing is not day trading. Maybe your thing is not swing trading. Maybe your thing is writing options. Who knows? But you have to understand how this shit works in order to even make a trade in the first place with any sort of confidence whatsoever. All right? All right, guys. So again, congratulations to the Michael Moretti here. Daniel is saying, what is writing options? Bro, hit me up later. All right, hit me up on the email. I actually have your email, so we'll go ahead and reach out to you. Again, writing options is basically being the casino. I am the seller of bets, okay? So if you look at the casino as this particular options chain, okay, as all of these out-of-the-money bets, look at this, 10 cents, 20 cents, or whatever the hell it is, all right? Most of these options, they expire worthless. You guys know it too. Any of you options traders out there, you know it too, all right? Most of these options, if you hold them until expiration, they are worth nothing, okay? The casino sells the bets. They let you take the risk, and we'll go ahead and sell you that bet. That is what writing options is, okay? Look at it that way, all right? Market makers write an ass ton of options too, but they're a little bit more riskier with it. Plus, they hedge a lot as well. They're looking for delta neutral stuff. If you don't know what delta neutral is, don't worry about it. Again, that's stuff that we will go ahead and teach you. Eric is saying, what are the dates for the 12 live classes? They're going to start in September after Labor Day. So we haven't actually given out the actual calendar yet, but they will start after Labor Day. Again, these are all recorded 100%, and you'll just get them on your back end. So even if you miss a class, you know, you can still catch it. And we've even had buyers that come in halfway through the class, and then they just kind of catch up. I would recommend, though, if you're a newer trader, you know, and you don't have that many years under your belt, you definitely want to be there for every single class. That way you can ask as many questions as you want to, you know, and you get me for 2 hours or 3 hours every single night. All right. And again, anybody who's in here, you guys have easy access to me. You can DM me inside the chat room. This is where I talk to everybody here every single day. So anybody has any questions, you guys have easy access to me. All right. Jason is saying, starting checking out now. I'm so pumped. I want to learn not to be my. No doubt, Jason. We'll see. We'll catch you in the September Master Course. All right, guys. Take care. Again, this will be recorded, and we'll throw it up on YouTube for you. Later, everybody.